In 2004, Mark Zuckerberg launched Facebook, forever changing social media and how we connect. It also started this trend for you to post what's on your mind, most of it superficial stuff like, just hang in there, I'm trying a new chicken parm recipe. I'm at the beach working on my tan. Sun emoji. Well, that year, fun in the sun was the furthest thing from my mind. Mine was filled with fear, frustration, bitterness, disappointment. Two major events happened to me in 2004 that changed my life forever. And they had nothing to do with my tan line. The first event was like getting punched in the gut. My wife said 4 painful words to me I'll never forget. I want a divorce. I was devastated. But looking back, I actually don't blame her. It's not like we weren't still in love. It's just that I was also in love with alcohol. And so are 1/3 of Americans, according to a report in JAMA Psychiatry. And a recent study in the Closing the Gap initiative says that almost 80% of Americans know someone who's been addicted to alcohol or drugs. Considering those numbers, there's a really good chance that many of you either have a problem with alcohol or you know someone who does. My problem consisted primarily of binge drinking and then passing out on the couch every night. By 2004, my wife and we'd been married almost 10 years, and this ritual of drinking and passing out was taking a toll on our marriage. And it's when she uttered those 4 painful words to me, I knew I had to sever this relationship with alcohol. But there was a problem with my problem. On one hand, I knew I had to quit drinking. But on the other hand, I was addicted to this love affair with alcohol. The reason? I was selfish. I was putting my love for alcohol before my wife. So then, how does a selfish alcoholic quit drinking and stay sober? By putting your sobriety first. And not like the spoiled brat in the store who's having a meltdown kind of way. Selfish people have 3 strengths: prioritizing, personalizing, and protecting. And when you use them for good, they hold the key to sobriety. Strength number 1, prioritizing. Selfish people prioritize what's important to them. Chasing the promotion, hitting the golf course every week, binge drinking. But we prioritize the wrong thing. So then, how do you use this strength for good? If you've ever flown, you've watched the instruction at the beginning of the flight, where they say, in the event of an emergency, oxygen masks will fall, and you need to put your mask on first before assisting others. The point? If you're a hot mess during a crisis, you're no good to yourself or anyone else. Alcoholics usually face a crisis, a bottoming out, before they get sober. In my case, the crisis was my wife wanting to leave. But that was just a wake-up call telling me I had to prioritize my sobriety and take control. And think of it like crisis management mode. And once you take control, then you're ready to use strength number 2, personalizing. Selfish people make everything personal. It's all about them. We're bossy. I remember dragging my wife and our friends to see the movie Alien 5. Yeah, it was really bad. So how do you use the strength for good? Ask yourself, why do you want to quit drinking? The answer shouldn't be to save your marriage, keep a job, or repair a relationship with your kids. All of those things are great, but what if your wife doesn't want to save your marriage? You need to make it personal. For me, I wanted to quit drinking to get my dignity back. I was going to quit drinking whether my wife left me or my family and friends unfriended me. Once you make the reason personal, then you're ready to use strength number 3, protecting. Selfish people are protective. We're greedy. So if we don't like to share, how do you use this strength for good? By protecting your most precious asset at all costs, your sobriety. Anyone can quit drinking for an hour, a day, a week, but try a month, a year, 10 years. The hard part is staying sober. Relapse can happen like that. But if you say, you're not going to take my sobriety and I am going to fight you for it, that means you are in it to win it. Protecting sobriety looks different for everybody. For me, I went to Alcoholics Anonymous for years when I first quit drinking. Maybe for you, it's no alcohol in the house, or you avoid holiday parties. The point, you need to find what works for you. And a word on relapse, if it happens, don't beat yourself up. Go back, prioritize, and take control. Remember, crisis management mode. If you're serious about getting sober, ask yourself, are you doing this for you? If not, go back, prioritize, personalize, and protect your sobriety by being selfish and not like the spoiled brat in the store. I'm not going to stand up here and tell you it's easy. In fact, it's really hard. I'm grateful every day my wife wanted that divorce. That was my wake-up call telling me I needed to prioritize my sobriety and take control. Which brings me to the second major event that happened to me in 2004. That was the year I had my very last drink of alcohol. And I've been practicing selfish sobriety for 21 years. If you know someone, a loved one, a friend who's struggling with addiction, don't lecture them. Encourage them to prioritize their own well-being. Just ask my wife, the one who wanted the divorce. We just recently celebrated our 30th wedding anniversary. In the end, the decision to quit drinking lies with you, not from someone lecturing you, but by prioritizing, personalizing, and protecting your sobriety by being selfish. And considering the number of people who are affected by alcohol addiction, I think this is an idea worth spreading. Thank you.